Hello, welcome to part 2 of root cause of type 2 diabetes. Three concepts necessary for understanding. Though I made considerable effort to keep this simple and short, its transformational information made multiple layering and high density inevitable. Therefore, rapt attention and multiple viewings may be required for full comprehension. For a definition of this life-changing principle, please watch part 1. Concept 1, body and mind. Characterized by sentience, awareness of surroundings, sensations, thoughts, mind is so real that it is undisputed even by the most cynical. The pinnacle of sentience in the physical universe, human beings are body-mind entities. Body without mind is not a human being, neither is mind without body. There is no controversy as to what the body is. Physical, part of space, time, and reflecting light, the body can be apprehended by the 5 human senses, naturally or aided. But what is the mind? Though constantly and tremendously impacting the physical world, still the senses struggle to apprehend that critical but invisible and intangible component of reality that is alive, but which, remaining mysterious, is variously and nebulously referred to as the soul, the psyche, and so on. Referring to it, the disciple James wrote, quote, "The body without the spirit is dead." End of quote. See James chapter 2, verse 26. Because the brain is the primary means by which the body interacts with the mind, they considered confused brain and mind to be one and the same. But I tell you unequivocally that they are not, and here is why. The brain can cease, stop to interact with the mind, as happens in coma. Severe coma results in a mere body, not a human being. Modern medicine refers to this as a vegetative state or being brain dead. But if dead, why no decomposition? No. The brain is really the body's organ for interfacing with the mind. Though by its nature it is majorly not understood, nor ever will be, nevertheless, through the revealed word, some qualities of mind have become obvious to man. 1. Unlike body that resides in the realm of space-time, the physical realm, mind resides in the realm of thought. 2. Though mind and body interact, the mind's influence on the body is by far greater. 3. Because all things in space-time are more or less entangled, some molecules profoundly affect the brain's interfacing with the mind, the so-called psychotropics or the mind benders. 4. Now pay close attention. Minds are like vessels. They can be entered by thoughts that are not their own. 5. Just as things can go awry in the body, they can go awry in the mind. Significance and corollary. A. Root cause can reside in the body or in the mind. B. Root cause is much more easier to identify in the physical body than the non-physical mind. C. It is difficult, almost impossible, for therapy to successfully target unidentified root cause. D. Here, please listen carefully. Root cause in the physical body is most effectively targeted with physical therapy, while root cause in the mind is most effectively targeted with mind therapy. E. Targeting root cause in the mind with physical therapy is usually so ineffective that therapy becomes perpetual or management. Concept 2. Signs and symptoms. Though very different, the words signs and symptoms are often used interchangeably by the general population, but the distinction is crucial to understanding root cause in the health context. Independent of emotions, beliefs, or worldview, signs are objective, the physical manifestations of a condition which another, who knows what to look for and where, can see or inspect, feel or palpate, tap or percuss, listen to or auscultate, naturally or aided by instruments. Symptoms, on the other hand, are the subjective expression of the perception of a condition that can be colored by language, vocabulary, education, and intelligence. Examples: skin inflammation, tumors, rashes are signs, whereas aches, dizziness, nausea are symptoms. It is pertinent to note that some conditions can simultaneously be a sign as well as a symptom. More on that later. Significance and corollary. A. Root cause may or may not be harbored in a sign or a symptom. B. Therapy is ineffective, prolonged, even perpetual, or management if it targets a sign and or a symptom erroneously thought to harbor a root cause. Concept 3. Primary and secondary conditions. The most famous scientist of all time, Albert Einstein, acknowledged two realms: the intangible hidden thought or mind realm and the tangible physical or space-time realm. Aware that some realities principally operate in the tangible physical realm, while others remain in the intangible thought realm, but ultimately all originate in the intangible, Einstein famously said, quote, "There is something hidden behind everything," end of quote. Thus corroborating what was revealed in the Bible's Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 to 3. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. Primary conditions are predominantly afflictions of the tangible, with readily identifiable root causes, nothing further. Therefore, developing direct targeting therapy is relatively easy and usually successful, potent, short curative. Secondary conditions, on the other hand, are the signs and symptoms of a primary condition in the tangible or intangible realms, more often in the intangible. And so their root cause are not readily identifiable. Direct targeting therapy is therefore expectedly ineffective, prolonged, or perpetual, also known as management. Examples: erectile dysfunction is a secondary condition that is both a sign and a symptom of some primary conditions in the tangible realm, like the heart, blood vessels, nerves, or the intangible realm, like the mind, or any combination or all of these. Conventional therapies target erectile dysfunction directly and predictably are ineffective, perpetual, or management. Among secondary conditions, hypertension is peculiar in that there are two artificial forms, though. In a minority of cases where a further cause or primary condition is readily identified, it is rightly designated secondary hypertension. In these, direct therapy is, as to be expected, ineffective, perpetual, or management. But therapy targeting the primary or further or root cause is potent, short, and curative, as is the case in hypertension secondary to adrenaline or cortisol secreting tumor. But in the majority of cases where identifying a further cause is a struggle because they are located in the intangible, the mind realm, of which fashionable science is equivocal, hypertension is labeled as essential. But essential hypertension is still secondary hypertension because intangible does not mean absence of root cause. Direct targeting therapy in essential hypertension is predictably ineffective, perpetual, or management. Significance and corollary. A. Primary conditions can have root cause in the tangible physical realm or the intangible mind realm, but principally the tangible realm. And secondary conditions can also have root cause in the tangible physical realm or the intangible mind realm, but notably, principally in the intangible realm. B. Identification of root cause is easier and direct targeting successful with primary conditions than with secondary conditions. C. Primary conditions tend to be acute or short-lived, while secondary conditions tend to be chronic or long-lived or perpetual. Like, subscribe, ring that bell icon to be notified of part 3, the reveal of the true, real root cause of type 2 diabetes. Be blessed. Amen.